Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I have a few things to share with you today. It was a very warm summer-like day in April, and I took a basket of goodies out on the deck with me and finished up those fairy cards. I want to show you how I finished those up. I'm going to do a giveaway for these Dollar Tree beautiful butterfly die cuts. Yes, because I've seen butterflies out in the yard. I was waiting for them, but it was kind of cool, and then we had a couple of warm days, a little bit of warm weather, and the butterflies have returned, and so I'm going to give those away. And then the last thing is I have a couple ideas how to put together my Flower Fairy journal. You might remember I did wood burning and acrylic painting on this wood to make the cover, and this was inspired by Heather at Crafter's Alley with Heather C. And everybody's wondering how I'm going to turn this into a journal, so I did a little work on that today too. So just a few things to share with you. Come on along. I took glue and I took napkins and I took these half round pastel colored pearls from Gray Spire out on the porch with me. I took some beads, I took pens, and yeah, napkin, needles, thread, and of course my fairy journaling cards. The first thing you might notice, so let's just talk about that first, is I did some stitching around the edges, and I said I wanted to sew around the edge. I was thinking hand stitching, slow stitching, but I didn't want to just put, plain stitches around. These are magical fairies, and I figured they needed something that sparkled. They needed something pretty. So what I did was I took that thread, this really gorgeous silver thread that I think I got at the flea market, and I sewed around. You can see the stitches on the back. I'll get to that in a minute. But I added beads, and I didn't sew them on tight. No, I left them loose. This one's a little crystal. That's a little crystal there. And a bead and another little crystal. I like the crystals. In the sun, they shine like different colors. And this is a very special purple bead. This was off one of my grandmother's necklaces. She had an old necklace that broke. And I've got some of the purple beads. And just beads. But I made them loose so that they move. So I just sewed around with slow stitching. You can see on the back. And in the stitch, I put a bead or a crystal. Some I left plain here and there. I might have left a plain one, like on her wing. So I'll show you all the beads first. And most of them have like blue and crystal at the top, like the sky, and then green and different colors along the bottom. And on this one, I should have put a stitch right there, but I didn't. It was just really long stitch. So what I did was I took the beacon glue and I just coated the stitches with some beacon glue. Because if it's a journal card that's coming in and out of a journal, I didn't want the little stitches to get loose or to get caught on things. So all the stitches have a little bit of glue on them just to hold them tight to the fabric. I was thinking about putting some scrapbook paper on the back for journaling. But, I kind of like the look of the silver stitches on the back. And I really didn't want to cover up where the gesso had leaked through the muslin material, because I just thought that was just, just very cool. Very cool looking. Almost grungy, but, very cool. So let me show you her beads. This one's got a silver, some green, and turquoise. Of course, blue and crystal at the top. And this one's got a crystal And then I found one in the box that was the color of her dress, so I gave that one to her, and the silver one. And this one has a pink crystal too. And once in a while I put 2 on. I was just trying to do it, you know, sort of random. I'm bad at random, but I was trying to be a little random with the colors and whether there was 1 or 2. And here's the last one. This one has a silver, turquoise. Oh, this one has a white one and a green one. Another turquoise. And again, just crystals and blue. Oh, this one has 2 there at the top. And they all have the silver stitches on the back, and they've all hopefully been glued down. Then I went back with the faces, and I really liked the faces, but I felt like some of the mouths were just a little too big. I had put, you know, I made a small mouth, and this is, what number is this? 1. I made a small mouth, but then I put like these little side things on it, and I just didn't like the way I had the mouth coming out on both sides, or one side, in the case of the ones that are looking from an angle. So I went through with the white gel pen, and I kind of made their mouths a little bit more delicate just by taking the pen and going over that part that was like coming out at the end. And I did put a white dot in their eyes, and I put a white dot in their cheeks. So I feel like now the faces are a little bit more delicate. And while I have her up here, I want you to notice that I used those half round pearls to make the necklaces. I had drawn a little necklace there, and I decided to put the little pearls there. And I also put the little pearls in the center of the flowers. And I used my white gel pen to do some doodling on the flowers as well. And I did a little doodling in her wings. And I took the pink paint pen. These are Sharpie paint pens. You got to shake them up. And I went over their arms or in their legs a little bit because it wasn't working really well last night. And I think because the gesso hadn't dried completely yet, and the paint pen was just not sticking to it. So it's kind of scribble arms, but oh, and then I found like a turquoise pen, Sharpie paint pen, and instead of having black shoes, I gave him some turquoise colored shoes there. But their arms and legs are just very sketchy. So this one has her pearls and some white on the wings, and pearl there and some white on that flower. This one's got her pearls, and then these 2 flowers have a pearl in the center, and I did go around these petals with white. And she's got a little more pink and the teal shoes. I made her face a little bit more delicate. And same with this one. The ones that are looking sideways only got 3 pearls. The ones that are facing front got 4. And this was like half a flower. I added to the wings, and I put a little half round there. Again with the legs and the shoes. Can you see the gold? Because I splattered gold and glitter Mod Podge on these. And the last one, this is my favorite, I don't know why, but her ladybug had completely, I don't know, disappeared. It just did not show up at all, maybe because of the background that was behind it. So I took one of the little ladybugs and I Mod Podged it onto the a piece of this cardstock, and then I glued it there so you can see it. The other ones are all fine, but those 2 are in the white. This one, not too bad. This one's on the pink. But this one you couldn't see at all, so I had to fix that. But she's got her pearls. I made her face a little bit more delicate. And I hope you can see the splashes of gold and sparkle on there. So now I'm very happy with my 5 fairies. This is the Ladybug Fairy Tribe. There are 5 fairies in a tribe. And again, these are the rescue fairies. Their mission is to save the flowers that are getting eaten by the aphids. They bring their ladybugs and save the flowers. So I finished these and I'm like, these are for my Flower Fairy Garden Journal. I haven't put that together yet. So I want to share that with you. But first, let's go over and draw some winners for those butterflies, those Dollar Tree butterfly die cuts. Okay, let's pick some winners for the Dollar Tree butterfly die cuts. And there is a beautiful green and lovely possum pink and gorgeous orange. So I've got my prize box out and I've written down all the names and the color butterflies that they prefer. And I'm going to start with the pink ones. So this is for the pink butterflies. There are 33 in there and all different sizes and patterns, but mostly pink. Okay, so we've got Rachel Phelps, pink. Harmony's Creations, pink. Leslie at Hillbilly's Creativity, pink. And Rhonda at Junk Journal Diva, pink. Well, I better fold these in half, or else they're going to be too hard to find in there. So there was only 4. 4 for the pink. You got a 1 in 4 chance of winning the pinks. All right, they're all shook up. I'm not looking, mixing them around. And the winner of the pink butterflies is Leslie at Hillbilly's Creativity. Leslie, I don't have your address, so you're going to have to email me. My email is pat.catUCCI@yahoo.com. Almost forgot my email. All right, so Leslie at Hillbilly's Creativity. I'm writing down here, you are the winner of the pink butterflies. I'll put that with that, but you have to get me your address because I don't have it. All right, so that was the pink ones. Now let's do, Leslie is the winner. I better get out my, sorry, doing some business here. I'm going to get out some paper clips and clip that right on there. Got stuff all over my desk. Okay. So, Leslie. Now, let's do, I want to do the green because there's a lot of green. I'll save the orange for last. So this is for the green, 32. I wonder why there's 33 pink ones. I've never counted them. Beautiful, aren't they? And you know what I realized? I think they have blue ones. I didn't see any blue ones in the store. I'll check when I go back. Anyway, I got green at Christina down at the shack, and green for Denny in PA, and green for Esta at Esty Marie Arts, and green for Amy at Doki Doki Forest, and green for Tina at Mama Duck Flipper, and green for Deborah at Deborah Mancha, and green for Just LM. LM, did you ever contact me? Wasn't there something I was going to email you about? Just LM, you need to email me. Betty Boyle, green. And Karen Young, green. All right, they are all in there. Fumble fingers. Okay. Pick it up. And not looking. The winner of the green butterflies is Just LM. Oh my gosh. I was just talking to you too. Isn't that funny? What a coincidence. Anyway, Just LM. I don't have your address. Email pat.catucci@yahoo.com. I think I got it right that time. I think when you get a cold, your brain goes like all foggy, numb. All right, Just LM. Green. All right, one more. Let me empty this out. Yeah, that random comment ticker for YouTube. Now you have to pay if you want to pick by a certain word. I'm not going to pay for that. No. Okay, the lovely orange ones. Here they are. Aren't they gorgeous? I saw one that looked something like this in the woods. Okay. I have Millie. Millie likes the orange ones. I have Joe D at Berry Hill Designs, orange. I have Christine Vidal, orange. And I have Jude, crafty as Shabby Shack Jude, orange. So there's only 4 for the orange. So you get 1 more chance of winning. All right. And the winner of the orange is Christine Vidal. All right, Christine. Again, I don't have your address. So email me at pat.catucci@yahoo.com. All right, so you won the orange. And I will put that on there. All right, 3 winners. And I still have some other things that I have to draw for. But that's coming up. Oh, the pearls. That'll be next. I have to do the pearls. So where are we? So probably at the beginning of next week, I will draw for the pearls, the acrylic set of pearls, white and pastel. And then I still have more stuff in my giveaway bag. So look out for some more. If you didn't win, I really do appreciate your support. And there's going to be some more giveaways. My birthday giveaways are stretching way on into the summer. Okay, let's get back to work. So here's the plan. This is the plan, and we're sticking to it so far. Anyway, this was my spring journal, and I'm journaling like March and April. I don't know, maybe I'll get into May a little bit. But I have a whole lot of journaling that I still need to put in here, and maybe some Easter journaling. Although Easter was very quiet because I was sick, but I can do some memory keeping. So I believe I'm almost done. I'm almost done with the first signature. I have a few more pages to go yet, but I have enough things to fill those up. And I already have a few pages in the second signature started. So, you know, I got a bit to journal, but I still have lots of room. Anyway, so the plan is journal in here for spring. And while I was journaling in here was to get this journal ready. So this will be like Mayflowers into June. And do journaling in this one. Now, I didn't finish the center of these flowers yet. And I think I'm going to put, I have some little fairies. I think I'm going to put a couple little fairies on here too. But I'm working on the cover. And then, so for summer, I have this journal I started last year. This is like my summer nature journal. And this was supposed to be like all beach journaling. And I have all the pictures from last year, and I did a lot of nature observations that never got into the journal. So by the time I put in stuff from last year and then put in stuff from this year, so this should get filled up, I hope. If not, that's all right too. So this will be nature down the shore and beach days, things like that. Maybe a couple of, you know, summer trips or something. And then this will be the other journal and then this journal. Okay, so that's the plan. So far, the plan is in progress. And people were asking me about how I was ever going to put this together to make a journal. I took a large piece of cardboard. Now this is like solid chipboard. It's not corrugated cardboard. And this comes on the back of any of your like art sketch pads, watercolor paper pads, and mixed media pads. It's the back, you know, the spiral bound paper that you buy. And the back cardboard piece is like a solid chipboard and not a corrugated cardboard. And I don't like, although I have used it, corrugated cardboard is not my favorite. It's not my go-to when I make a journal. Not that I've never used it, it's just not my go-to. So it was 12 inches wide. So I got two 6-inch pieces by 8. So this is going to be landscape like this. And then out of the rest of it, I took this and I traced it and cut it out. It goes one way, not the other. Let's see. Is it this way? Something like that. Anyway, it goes one way, fits better one way than the other ways. And then after I went through all this trouble, I'm like, well, why didn't I just use another one of these wooden things? But I thought maybe using the cardboard would make it lighter and not so heavy with 2 pieces of wood. That's what I did with my gingerbread house. I made the back cardboard and the front is wood. But I think this chipboard might be almost as heavy as this balsa wood here. Anyway, so back, front. And the flower shapes are going to get glued to these 6x8 shapes. Like that. Oh, the camera's going to go crazy because of all this white. I'm sorry about that. So these two will be on here, and then I'll have to paint this there, paint the whole back, or cover it with paper, or cover it with material. And then I'm going to have to paint this. Oh, I should have gessoed this while I was outside painting these other pieces. Oh well. Anyway, and then I had enough left over to make a spine, a 2-inch spine. So this is 6x8 and a 2-inch spine. And I'll probably put 2 or 3 different signatures with about 6 pages each. 2 with 8 or 3 with 6 or something like that. I haven't gotten that far. First I want to get this all put together. And then that'll be like that. So I'm not going to do, you know, pages that are the shape of this. Which I guess I could have. But that really wasn't in my head. Maybe I'll try that on another time. But this is what I was thinking of. It's kind of like what I did with my gingerbread house. Oh, let me show you the gingerbread house in case you're new here. So this is a wooden piece from the Dollar Tree that I decorated up. This was a December daily. So this is wood, and then the back I just made out of cardboard. I just cut a piece of cardboard and covered it with paper. I don't know, this might be corrugated cardboard. I'm not really sure. No, it's probably just regular. And then I had Mr. Possum, see the overhang here, there was one here. I had him cut this straight so that I can bind it. And then the pages are landscape. But I did put a couple of pages in that were taller. The shape of the house. Just for fun, I have a couple pages in there that were taller. There's another 2 over here. So I have the option of doing that with this. I can, you know, when I'm journaling, have some tall things coming up because I'll have a lot of headroom on this journal. Oh, and you would be pretty. Ooh, yeah, have some of the papers with flowers coming up. Oh, I'm getting ideas here. More ideas, more ideas. The more you do, the more ideas you get. But maybe a couple of the pages can be shaped with the flowers coming up in different directions like that or something. We'll see. Anyway, that's as far as I got today. I did get all my fairies finished up, and I love them with their new faces and their sparkly gems and their little pearl necklaces and their new blue shoes. And I've got this started. So, progress today, and I picked winners. So if you are a winner of the butterflies, please email me so that I can get your address and send you those die cuts. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway with these in a couple of days. And then I need to make a spring package before summer comes, I know. I had some spring things I wanted to give away from the Dollar Tree too, but oh well. Everything gets done in its own time, right? So thanks for coming along today for just a little bit of a show and tell, future journaling plans, and giveaway winners. Bye-bye.